Pangungunahan ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr., ang regular na pagpupulong sa Malacanang sa pamamagitan ng isang sectoral o cluster meeting. Katulad ng dati ay inaasahang maaga ang isasagawang sectoral meeting na kung saan ay ipinatatawag ang ilang kalihim ng ilang kagawaran. Tinalakay sa pulong ang patungkol sa El Niño at La Niña. Pagtugon sa mga isyu sa kuryente sa Cagayan Valley dahil sa pagsara ng Magat Hydroelectric Power Plant. Ito ang unang araw ng pagbabalik sa pampublikong tungkulin ni Pbbm matapos makaranas ng flu-like symptoms ng halos isang linggo.
Construction company ang nag-supply ng laptop sa DepEd. So mapapakamot ka talaga ng ulo mo Paano nangyayari? So and it's all about the financial muscle of the construction company. So this may have been the result of the so-called golden age of infrastructure, Madam Chair.
Golden for some, sir, yes. Yeah, I'd like to carry on with that. We're very perplexed by the role of a construction company in the lease of these vote counting machines. At you have admitted na sila ang magdadala ng pera. Ang ibig sabihin, ang Miro walang pera?
Madam Chair, not all, but Miro will have, of course, everyone in the consortium has its own share based on the responsibility given to them.
Yung isa pa kasi, dun sa Articles of Incorporation ng St. Timothy, ang liwa-liwanag na parang construction lang talaga ang papel niya, general contracting. At no point is there anything in the primary purpose of the Articles of Incorporation filed with the SEC indicating that they would have anything to do with election exercises. Kaya, binago ba nila yan? Binago ba nila yung AOI nila to lease automated vote counting machines? It's not encompassed in their purpose as a construction company.
Madam Chair, that is something I have to refer to them.
Yes, please do, because I am very perplexed. The SEC documents only indicate that they will be limited to construction, correction, repairing, remodeling, renovation, rehab, maintenance, and otherwise to engage in other such works. Furthermore, I'd like to ask Mr. Lim, or if you're unable to answer, in 2014, yung St. Timothy, yung capital niya, nasa 11 million lang. So, hindi mo talaga tatakbuhan siya para mangutang o magbigay ng financial capacity sa isang joint venture. Kasi 11 million yang siya noong 2014. Oo, andun lang siya talaga, nakapako lang siya sa 11 million. Pagkatapos, ang nangyari niyan, in 2022, in the span of 8 years, biglang yung assets umabot na ng 3.6 billion and the revenues reached 7+ billion. To make things even more incredible, yung paid up capital of the company from 11 million 2014, mid-2021 naging 44 million, by 2022 nasa 1 billion na. And there was no change in the names or the shareholders, and the shareholdings of its president, Maria Roma Rimando, went from 43.7 million to a whopping 975 million, or almost 1 billion. So clearly, there's a sudden infusion of money into the company immediately after the pandemic. Right after, in 2021, biglang lumaki. So ang tanong ko, who infused all this cash? Why? Was it the alleged owner, Miss Rimando? And where did she get all this money from virtually overnight?
Madam Chair, I have to apologize because I cannot answer that. I think the proper resource there would be from St. Timothy.
Ayun na nga, kaya nagtatanong ako, pero sabi mo, kayang-kaya mo sagutin lahat ng tanong eh. Yan na nga ang problema eh. Yes, please.
Are you even a stockholder of any of the three corporations, Mr. Lim? You're
Wala
not?
po, sir.
Bakit kaya napili? Are you a lawyer?
No, I'm not, sir. I'm representing, I'm from ICS, the third party of the consortium.
As an employee?
Yes po.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah, so
I don't think we should recognize Mr. Lim to represent we should require them to send the proper.
But maybe comment can help. Presumably, you did due diligence on these companies you're dealing with and that you awarded bids to.
Madam Chair.
Use the cash overnight right after the pandemic. And then what's even weirder, so there's this rapid rise in these assets and income of this company, which is limited to general contracting. Suddenly, the primary owner, this Miss Remando, determines to sell. Kumikita ng milyon-milyon, itong kumpanya, bilyon-bilyon ang kinikita, biglang binenta. Bakit ganun? Hindi ba kayo nagtaka sa mga pangyayaring ito?
Madam Chair, as far as the COMELEC is concerned, we relied solely and exclusively on the Republic Act 9184. And under Republic Act 9184,
Told me, Chairman, repeatedly that it is not prohibited, nor is it required that an IT company be involved. So it's not prohibited na construction. Pero kagila-gilalas naman itong kumpanyan to. Parang ang daming pangyayari na hindi mapaliwanag.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, this company submitted 121 ongoing contracts. And likewise, our Special Bids and Awards Committee through our TWG verified as to whether this company had been blacklisted or even suspended by the DPWH or even by the PhilJet. And it would
So these 121 ongoing contracts are public works contracts.
131, Madam Chair, 131.
Public works contracts.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Yes, did it not occur to any of us that a conflict of interest may arise if the proponents were politicians possibly running in 2025?
Madam Chair, we verified likewise with the registration, and it would appear that there are no names who are politicians in the board. And
About the board, hindi ba, yung mga proponents, parati namang mayor, congressman, senador, tatakbo yan ng 2025, hindi pa alanganin ang lagay ninyo dyan?
we don't think so.
Kasi puro public works to. Mahirap paniwalaan na hindi politika.
Meron naman po pa, Madam Chair, na dalawa pang kasama, yung pong
St.
ICS.
Tayo, tapusin muna natin yung St. Timothy. Baka alam naman ng COMELEC kasi syempre mag-due diligence po kayo.
Yes, Madam Chair, we with all due respect, we did our due diligence. We verified with
Coherent, plausible explanation for the sudden infusion of capital. And just when the company becomes a billionaire, the primary owner lets go of all her shares.
as far as the COMELEC is concerned, Madam Chair, we are not aware of such a fact as to the.
It's all on record, sir. It's in the SEC.
Yes, Madam Chair, but because we check the ongoing contracts and
Python, the fellow who bought the shares of the former president and is the biggest shareholder. Sino naman siya?
with all due respect, Madam Chair, maybe really the company, maybe the company can answer that.
Kilala mo si Opaline Python? Siya yung bumili kay Miss Rimando.
Your Honor, hindi rin po sa akin personally familiar siya.
Di mo rin kilala?
Ma'am, a question from
Yes,
Mr. Lim.
minority.
In the meeting of the three corporations, who attended the meeting for St. Timothy?
Your Honor, kasi last we were advised that when the Senate requested the presence of St. Timothy, they were all out of town. So they spoke to.
Sabi mo kasi na may meeting yung tatlo, you were authorized. So who represented St. Timothy in your authorization?
Si Centerpoint po kasi called si St. Timothy, and they said they cannot send any representative. That's why I will be the one to represent the three consortium.
Kaya nga, sino nga yung who made the decision for St. Timothy to authorize you? Kasi tatlo nga authorize you eh. Sino? Hindi mo alam? Hindi mo rin alam?
Hindi po.
Sige. We will no longer ask you any question, Mr. Lim, kasi
Yes, I don't
you're
think
not
so.
authorized. I'm sorry for still
Unang
recognizing you.
papel.
Wala siyang personality pa.
Kaya wala na siyang personality. Ang hirap naman ito. Can you help us, COMELEC? In as much as kayo ang nagpakilala nitong mga pangalan sa amin, sino-sino ba ito? Bakit hindi ninyo kilala? Di sumisipot. Never ninyo nakita to. Nakarecord naman itong Opaline E. Python. He acquired the shares of the former president at may BIR ba kayo nito? Sino ba ito na napakalalaki naman ng halaga nito?
Madam Chair, ang commission po, again, with all due respect, nag-relate po kami doon sa mismong representation ng joint venture because yung JB po.
Sila ng papel sa inyo, baka naman may special power of attorney or something na binigay sa COMELEC.
Yung joint venture, Madam Chair,
The joint venture is not registered in the SEC. So it's only a consortium among them. So how can they, like the minority leader said earlier, appoint someone on behalf of all four?
yes, Madam Chair, we check with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the three, and we found out that maganda naman po yung kanilang record with the Securities and Exchange Commission. And as far as the ongoing contracts are concerned, we determined if there were delays or negative slippage, pero wala po kaming nakita rin, Madam Chair.
As a matter of fact, there has been a complaint to the chairperson that St. Timothy Construction Company should be a valid contracting company. Isn't that correct?
Madam Chair, when during the day, on the day of the signing of the contract, we at this representation received a letter allegedly coming from St. Timothy, Madam Chair. However, we will submit to the committee the same letter, supposedly with the corporate secretary certificate, did not even contain the ID or the for purposes of the verification.
Tanggap, pambira ng COMELEC, 19 billion na kontrata.
Madam Chair,
Kung sino-sino bibigyan.
during the signing of the contract, the representative of St. Timothy was there, the lawyer, the former secretary Kaintik of the ICT, the former
Yes, of course.
Manny Kaintik was there. He was the lawyer of St. Timothy. And I personally asked, okay, we will proceed with the signing, no question, no objection. And I told him there was a letter which was emailed a few hours before the signing, and they said that we should proceed.
Okay, problema ko rito, di ba construction company nga siya. Ngayon, may nagsabi sa amin, di ba yung contracting company, meron niyang lisensya. Ngayon, nung chinek namin sa pickup, online, regular license online, ang laki-laki doon, expired ang kontrata at lisensya nitong contracting company. Was it renewed? Does anybody know why are we awarding to an expired contracting company? No more asking Mr. Lim. Yeah, that's correct. Yes, maybe COMELEC knows. You're contracting with a non-existent construction company. Paano ba to?
Madam Chair, personally, I asked the executive director of Pickup. Yes.
Somebody called and said, contracting company ba talaga yan? Kasi asan yung permit? E di napatingin kami, andun sa online. Pag tinignan mo, St. Timothy, may ganon, expired.
Yes, Madam Chair, but based on the verification of yours truly before I signed even the contract, the executive director confirmed that they did not blacklist the St. Timothy. It has ongoing contracts with the government, and so we personally, I do not
But
really
it
know.
doesn't even have a valid pickup license to operate as a contracting company.
Pasensya na po, Madam Chair, pero yung iba po yung report mismo sa atin po nung executive director ng Pickup, Madam Chair.
Okay, so perhaps Chairman George Garcia, as well as Commissioner Bulay, and those in charge of finance, the Bids and Awards Committee, perhaps we can get your assistance on St. Timothy, its papers, its owners, its financial history, and apparently its contracting history as well. Sana sumipot naman sila kasi nahirapan tayong lahat.
Yes, Madam Chair, we are going to submit to the committee all the documents that we have, the financial documents that we have submitted by the joint venture, the Filipino partners.
Kilala ninyo ito si Miss Rimando? Na-meet ninyo? O yung bagong may-ari, yung Opaline Python, na-meet po ninyo?
Hindi po, Madam Chair.
Nakipag-deal sa St. Timothy si Manny Kaintik lang?
The council and meron po silang inauthorized with special power of attorney, Miss Valerie Manahan, Valerie Manahan, Madam Chair, with special power of attorney. Yes, Madam Chair.
Pwede ba i-kumbidahin lahat dyan? Kasi kailangan maliwanagan tayo, no? Is Valerie Manahan present? Andito daw. Andito ba si Valerie Manahan? Baka kaya naman ninyo ipaliwanag to. She manifested her presence earlier on behalf of St. Timothy. Kanina, nung nagro-roll call tayo at nag-a-acknowledge ng resource, wala na po. Parang she was here kanina eh. Anyway, mukhang wala na rito. Okay, so I wanted to go back to something that the minority leader mentioned earlier. Bakit kinailangan ng napakaraming partner? Sabi ninyo, Miru not only designs and manages software electoral systems, it even manufactures hardware, it even creates new innovations, etc. No, it's a very well-placed, high-tech Korean company. Bakit kinailangan pa nito yung integrated computer systems at saka center point solution technology? Why did they need two more companies? Anybody in Miru would like to answer? Undertaking an electoral exercise on your own, and that in fact you conduct very wide range research and development on hardware and software in Korea, Congo, Iraq, and elsewhere. Why is it that you needed two more IT companies in order to bid for this contract?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. For two reasons, ma'am. One is that for the training, and the other is for the rollout and the implementation of the devices. Because we normally don't in Iraq or other countries, we don't do the logistics. Only to deliver the devices to the appointed warehouse of the elections commissions of those countries. But here we are assigned to be responsible for the training, all the trainings and the logistics as well. So we need those IT companies.
So your which one is your training arm? Is it Centerpoint or integrated?
ICS is our training, right? And the rollout as well, right? And the Centerpoint.
And Centerpoint is the
Okay.
logistics? Because Centerpoint does not appear to be a logistics company at all. We have several logistics companies in the Philippines. This is a technology company. It's not a logistics company.
Yes, ma'am. So what Centerpoint is for the training and training and the part of logistics. Can you answer that? Oh. Training and rollout. Centerpoint, right? And the training is ICS. Okay. Madam Chair, the Centerpoint is for the rollout. ICS is for the training. So we need those two companies to support us.
The other question that comes to mind is what's the capitalization of Miru? You are a global multinational company.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me stocks,
아니.
what your capitalization is at
자산이
this
얼마나
point.
되냐 물어봐요. 자산 어떻게 돼요?
I know that it's a very, very large multinational. Perhaps you can
Wow.
inform us?
100 million? Approximately 100.
I tried very hard to look in the Korean websites, but I don't read Korean and the translate didn't work. So you'll have to help us.
Our apologies, madam. Approximately 100 million US dollars.
So is that a large company by Korean standards? You said you undertook South Korean elections on your own.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So it's not large, but kind of mid-sized.
Yeah,
company.
size, that's correct. But earlier on, we were informed that the necessity for a construction company was because you lacked capital. So you had to bring on board St. Timothy's. But I believe that you are perfectly able to finance this operation. It is, after all, 19 billion pesos.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. It's just the requirement here, just very unique to Philippines. What is called NFCC, which we don't necessarily meet that in other countries. Here, NFCC, the ceiling level is very high.
What's FCC? Sorry.
Net financial contracting capacity, Madam Chair.
Sorry.
Net financial contracting capacity, which was actually taken care of by St. Timothy, Madam Chair. Sila po yung nag-submit ng
So
NFCC.